All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, or whatever, depending what time you are interacting with this. All right. Depending what time you are interacting with this, hopefully everybody's okay. Hope you're doing great, you're doing fine, and all of that extra that be going on. Welcome to another story. Welcome to another episode of Plethora of Story. Why was that? But anyhow, as given the title of the episode, usually that's how I start all of this, giving the title of the episode, so we could just you'll have an idea what the inclination of what we're going to talk about. And given the title of the episode, we all are scared. We all are scared. And all right, let me define more on that. What do I mean by that? We all are scared. In life, nobody is always confident. Nobody's always just has the strength to do anything, because we all always have some sort of fear. We all have some sort of scariness in us, and that is part of life, and that is okay, and that's a normal aspect of human experience. It's okay to feel scared, anxious at times, and that's all right. Life is filled with uncertainties, challenges, changes, sometimes that provoke fear, and it's important to recognize and accept those feelings. Again, it's totally normal. All right. Also, that's where you seeking support, employing coping strategies when needed, remembering that you're not alone, because everybody gets scared. You're not, it's a normal human emotion, normal human. All right. You're absent. All right. It's how we overcome those fear, anxious, and challenges is how we overcome those that matter. How we achieve success on the end of that fear, that's what matters. All right. Because overcoming fear can be challenging also in itself, which adds on to the fear. Which adds on to the fear itself, so it is crucial. It is very crucial, all right, that we focus on our personal growth and well-being, and for us to overcome our sense of fear. All right, because there's different stages, there's different levels to this. All right, first, obviously, you got to face your fear, and that's that takes baby steps. You gradually have to expose yourself to the source of fear. You got to accept what the fear is. You got to face it. You got to accept it, challenge it, manage it. All right, and so you got to build yourself the confidence to say, okay, this is what's bothering, and we got to do something about this. All right, identifying and challenging negative thoughts. Paying attention to negative thoughts associated with your fear, challenging those thoughts by questioning if they're correct, or if those are of those thoughts is what's identifying who you are. If those thoughts are are the one that making you who you are, because sometimes your thoughts could be your identity towards said situation, or mainly anything else that come into mind depending on said situation, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's dealing with things differently, but we always could replace those negative thoughts about ourselves with positive ones, with more realistic ones, setting realistic goals on top of that, breaking down, what is this is what bothering me, okay, and I gotta break it down. Okay, if this was bothering me, what I gotta do to bring it down, to make sure I set you set up goals, and you set up little goals to make sure you overcome those. Depending on, again, the set situation. I just can't give you a prompt of what it is, because I don't know what people is going through, because I'm just giving you an overall information and how you be aware of. All right, you gotta face it, identify it, and you gotta set set goals and how to overcome it. And it's not, again, it got to be a gradual thing, little by little, baby steps, small goals. All right. And the more you try to work and, diminish the little goals towards the big thing that you are anxious about, every goal that's set, it builds up a confidence. Every time you mark off something, it builds up a confidence for the next thing, because that's an experience that you came across on, and then you conquered and you achieved. Practicing, one of the things is we overwhelm ourselves. We need to practice relaxation. We need to find what's comfortable, that makes us, what makes us ease, what makes us calm, what relaxes us. Okay, practicing relaxation. We all know what relaxes. We need to find and do that. Sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we need to set back, reset, recharge our mental battery before we continue and move on to the next thing. And if you can't do it yourself, obviously, most of the time, if you can't do it, you could always talk to, friends or family. And if it's something beyond them, we live in a day and age, everything, is accessible. You could always go to a professional help, sharing your thoughts and fear. There's counselors, there's psychologists, and all of that people. They all exist, just depending on what you're dealing with. All right, mentors and all of that. And you gotta learn and educate yourself, educate the root of why you fear, why you being fearful. You gotta understand what is causing your fear. You gotta acknowledge the fear, so you could approach it rationally and more confidently. All right. And obviously, with all of that being said, you gotta visualize success. You gotta always think ahead. You overcoming that fear. You facing that fear. You overcoming that fear. You always have to visualize positivity, which that could be a powerful tool for you to overcome that. And it goes back to the whole negative thoughts and negative thinking and the whole negative mindset thing. And some of these things are kind of redundant, and always, you gotta gradually, what if, let's just say, for example, you trying to work out and you could never, get yourself to work out. You got to start slowly before you're able to, be fully in the gym every single day. You start slowly, whether you do push-ups here, little dumbbells here. You got to gradually do things that you're comfortable with, and then you add on to that. And as you go on, the more you do it, the more comfortable you become. Just the same thing. And whenever you accomplish a certain goal, always do a little celebration for the process, the progress of it. Always acknowledge that you did okay. I was here, and I'm here. You just gotta acknowledge that you gotta keep doing it. It's a repetition thing, because at the end of the day, it comes to personal growth, and personal growth is a non-stopping thing. All right, because remember, overcoming fear is a process, and it's okay to seek professional help if your fear is impacting your life. It's mainly, it tends to deal with like a mental health thing, and it's okay to seek the support, and it's okay to do all of that. And sometimes we want to be big and bad, big and macho, that we don't even want to seek any help, find any coping mechanism, find any strategy, find any things that's going to help us to better ourselves. Because fear also equals to a mental challenge. Fear is not something to play with if you keep letting it overwhelm you, if you let it control you, if you let it be more than it needs to be, which that always ends to coming into a more being in your comfort zone, being in your comfort zone, which comfort zone is one of the deadliest things that anybody could be in, because we'll be comfortable. Anything outside of that, we're scared to do, we're scared to try, we're scared to attempt, we're scared to push ourselves to do it. And it's okay to feel scared. It's a natural common emotion. All right. A lot of things in life is challenging, it's overwhelming, it's completely normal. And if you're comfortable sharing with friends and family, so they could so they could help you out, and that's where you at. There you at. And if you're able to attack yourself, you're able to attack yourself. We live in time that everything is easily accessible, and sometimes we say that. A lot of people say that everything is easily accessible, but we don't really do it. That's why we seek the help and see if the people around us is gonna push us. Sometimes it's okay to have people, remind you where you're at and how you're doing, so they could push you and so you could do better. And it's okay for people to have you to help you overcome your fears, but you're not alone in this whole thing. Okay, and it's absolutely normal to share if you're going through something. Obviously, not just everybody. Everybody have their own little knit circle of people that they can share with. You're not alone. It's a shared human experience, and there are often ways which are listed to cope and to overcome anxiety. Talking to friends, family, seeking professional help, to provide support and understanding of potential other strategies. I probably have not listed here. Everybody experiences different. Taking steps, focusing in present moment, practicing self-care. Okay, also is a way of managing fear. And again, it's okay to seek the help you need in order for you to get the support to move forward in. All right. It's regular. It's normal, and it's okay to be scared, but don't let it hold you down. Just because you're scared, it doesn't mean you're gonna let it attack you every single day. You never achieve anything that you want to achieve in life. It's okay. It happens, but once you acknowledge that you are fearful towards something, that's when you have to work yourself. When you have to work towards it. And that, a lot of professionals say, hey, even when you're scared, do it. And that is true. Even when you're scared, do it. Because if you do it while you're scared, you develop the confidence to overcome that said fear. All right. This is your boy Mukhtar Muhammad, and here we at it again with another episode of Plethora of Story. Everything I said is basically, in a sense of pushing people for personal growth and common education of daily living. If everything was informative, let me know. And there's always room for improvement for everybody. Yeah, take it easy now. I don't know why I did the whole click thing, but here you go.